This segment brought to you by Sure Crop, liquid crop nutrition delivered right to your farm.
Hi, this is Kyle Bauer visiting with Colonel Chuck Rimbold about our mission today. We refueled B-2 bombers. You know, so much happened, and it was really an experience of a lifetime for me. Most of the B-roll that the folks are going to see while we visit, I got to take. But just tell me about how the whole mission came down today.
Okay, well, these are typical missions that we do day in and day out here, and it is to make sure that we have proficiency and our receiver pilots have proficiency. So today, you know, it started long before today. The two units developed a training plan where they picked out the days and the locations and the altitudes to do this training at, and we do that, you know, on a daily basis. So today we came out here, and of course our behind-the-scenes guys were getting the aircraft ready while you were in listening to some briefings. Our guys in the operations center were calling the receiver pilots, making sure they were all ready to go. And then we kind of gave you an overview. We took off from here, Forbes, and we went westbound to the Dodge City area. The plan was to rendezvous with the V2s at the Dodge City area and then refuel them towards the east. Of course, they're returning to Whiteman Air Force Base in the Sedalia, Missouri area. The Knob Noster, I believe, is the closest maybe city to that base. So we took off. We headed out west. We climbed to 29,000 feet. We had a beautiful day today. So you had a real treat today. It's not always this good, but we do this in all weather. So it is amazing. Sometimes it can get pretty hairy. Sometimes we have to change our plan in the middle of executing because we realize, okay, we got to go a different direction for weather or whatever. But everything was good today. We rendezvoused with them. We were at 29,000 feet when we did the rendezvous. Two of the B-2 showed up initially, and we immediately went right into training with the first guy. He was the first two B-2s were actually on check rides. I don't know if you knew that. So their pilots were getting certified to do the air refueling and making sure that they were proficient. They took some of our gas, which they needed just a little bit because they were going back to Whiteman to do some touch and goes. And as soon as the first one was done, he dropped off, and the next two just kept showing up. We got the next one somewhere about the Wichita area. The first one dropped off and headed to Whiteman. The second receiver was done about the Kansas-Missouri line, and then the third receiver finished just about right over Whiteman. So we just kept driving west. We did that with them along the way. We're talking to Kansas City Center primarily. They dropped off as they got all their training and what they needed. And then once they were all finished, we turned around, came right back here to Forbes and put her down on the ground. A lot of times when we don't have people on board, reporters and such, we obviously get our training by doing our touch and goes and things like that. So
it was amazing to me to watch you keep the speeds exactly the same. The boom does actually hook on, but adjusting that speed was, I watched you feather the throttles, and that is extremely touchy.
yes, you know, and as they come up behind you, it's almost like a wake of a boat that they're trying to go through. You can't see it because it's air, but they also have a wake which kind of pushes my airplane. So it's kind of a little dancing act we do, and if you do it slowly and under control, it just very small throttle movements and very small control movements on my part creates a stable platform for them to get behind and get connected up. And just like you say, it actually does latch on to each other.
Well, this happens daily over Kansas, over the fields of Kansas. We're talking with Colonel Chuck Rimbold with the Kansas Air National Guard. This is Kyle Bauer reporting.
Grain sorghum is one of the most important cereal crops worldwide, and Kansas leads the nation in its production. Over the years, sorghum has been either exported, used in animal feed domestically, or for other industrial uses. Recently, its use in the ethanol market has seen tremendous growth, with 30% of domestic sorghum typically going to ethanol production. Kansas Grain Sorghum is committed to sorghum research, market development, and education. Learn more at ksgrainsorghum.org.